This is Juan Luis Lagunas Rosales, also known as El Pirata de Culiacan, a Mexican influencer who insulted one of the most dangerous drug lords in Mexico.
Yo también puedo atraer lo que sea la verga. Así que el Mencho a mí me...
And quickly realized that actions have consequences. In the attention economy of social media, influencers have to do outlandish things in order to get their precious views. From performing crazy challenges like Mr. Beast, to freerunners doing dangerous stunts, and pranksters pulling all sorts of tricks on people. The goal? Attention. But in this story, the Pirate of Culiacan was searching for attention in the wrong place.
It's a prank! It's a prank! It's a prank!
Born in the year 2000, growing up in Sinaloa wasn't easy for El Pirata. With Juan's father absent and his mother having limited work options, his grandmother did her absolute best to take care of him. Juan's childhood home was in the same territory where the famous Mexican drug lord El Chapo Guzman operates his business. But here's the thing, Juan's path hadn't gotten mixed up with cartels just yet. That changed when he decided to ditch high school for a shot at a better life in Culiacan. At the age of 15, Juan left his hometown, and arriving in Culiacan, he had all sorts of low-paying jobs to get by, from washing cars to stocking shelves in supermarkets. Along the way, he developed a habit for alcohol as a minor. The legal age for drinking alcohol in Mexico is 18. But El Pirata, well, he didn't just drink a little. Whether he was working or just chilling, the bottle was his companion. We all know that's not a good idea, but somehow for El Pirata, it turned out to be a blessing and a curse. Juan's booze-filled adventures made him famous. He started posting videos of himself on his social media channels, downing tons of whiskey and beer, followed by the aftermath of his intoxication. Sometimes he would even pass out. Kind of childish, which is logical because he was still a kid. His content got an unexpected, crazy amount of views. His secret? Being underage, pouring in a good amount of humor and alcohol. Shake it all up and here you go. Internet fame. His audience loved watching his content. His Facebook page reached over 1 million followers, and his Instagram an impressive 100K. His newfound popularity led him to be invited for appearances in music videos, television shows, and promotions. But riding the alcohol train can only go well for so long. Juan was sculpting his personality and character around firearms, flashy cars, designer clothes, money, scarcely dressed models, and occasionally lined up some Colombian snow for good measure. A lot of followers didn't like that, because, mind you, he was still a 17-year-old kid. Although he was just a child, he started to draw a beard on his face to look older, and even got a pirate tattoo on his arms to match his personality. Because of the flashy image that he was portraying, his audience thought that he was affiliated with the Mexican cartels. But this wasn't the case just yet. Don't worry, we'll get there. In a turn of events, El Pirata de Culiacan met up with social media expert Beto Sierra. He saw that the self-destructive behavior was not going to end well for Juan and reached out. With the absence of a father figure all his life, Sierra stepped in and tried to turn Juan's life around for the better, transitioning to a more positive image. Sierra encouraged him to work out in the gym, put down the bottle, and stop producing content around consuming alcohol. With Sierra's help, Juan was at the start of pursuing a successful singing career and launched his own merch. Something that Juan would have never been able to do if he kept the booze flowing. Unfortunately, El Pirata de Culiacan's following was built around his drunken antics. They were only interested in seeing him doing stupid things and causing a scene while intoxicated. Juan needed to step up his game for more views. And here comes the act that changed the pirate's life forever. Like a true teenager, Juan thought that he was invincible and could get away with saying and doing anything. But in the real world, actions have consequences, especially in Sinaloa, one of Mexico's most violent states. In a video that was posted online, The pirate openly insulted Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, aka El Mencho. Big mistake. El Mencho is one of Mexico's most dangerous drug cartel lords. He is the leader of Cartel de Jalisco Nueva Generación, CJNG. In English, New Generation Cartel of Jalisco. El Pirata de Culiacan grabbed the bull by the horns and said,
El Mencho a mí me pela la
which loosely translates to suck my. The CJNG and El Mencho did not like this. As a result, a faction of the CJNG warned El Pirata to never step foot in Jalisco if he wanted to remain alive. So what did Juan do? Having received the message, Juan must have been mindful of his actions with such a threat.
False.
He couldn't care less. El Pirata went straight ahead to host a party at a bar in Jalisco on the 18th of December 2017. Not long after, a group of armed CJNG hitmen burst in, and in a matter of seconds, Juan Luis Lagunas Rosales took his last breath. The CJNG gunned him down for insulting El Mencho. El Pirata de Culiacan passed away as a result of 18 bullet wounds. With his body heavily damaged, authorities were only able to identify Juan by his pirate tattoo. El Mencho and the CJNG are the last people you would want to offend. But this wasn't the last time that an influencer messed with El Mencho and found out. Initially known as Los Mata Zetas, the CJNG was founded around 2009 by El Mencho. Over the years, the cartel has grown exponentially with its violent tactics and trafficking. The CJNG buys most of their arsenal from the USA, then smuggles the guns into Mexico. The US government estimates that the CJNG has over $50 billion in total assets. Due to the crimes committed by El Mencho, the US issued a $10 million bounty. The death of Juan gave El Pirata even more fame than before, and another teenager saw this as the perfect opportunity to gain some clout. Meet El Chanito de Culiacan, or Little Boy of Culiacan. With the death of his friend, the equally intelligent El Chanito thought it would be a good idea to threaten El Mencho. January 4th, 2018. A 31-second-long video is published in which El Chanito was holding an assault rifle. Next to him stood a small child with a covered face, also holding a rifle. El Chanito mocked El Pirata for drinking too much alcohol for content and internet fame, called El Mencho stupid, and just like Juan, told El Mencho to suck his D. I don't know who's dumber, El Pirata or El Chanito. Luckily, El Chanito was smart enough to apologize. In a video of him wearing a backpack, he had less to say to the powerful and dangerous El Mencho. He apologized for what he said to El Mencho and played the insanity card. El Chanito claimed to be mentally ill, but that didn't stop the CJNG. El Chanito remained silent on social media. Perhaps he had learned from his mistakes, or did something else happen in the meantime? Everyone expected that he was by the cartel. Why doesn't the Mexican government deal with the cartel? The Mexican government's struggle to effectively deal with the CJNG stems from a complex web of challenges. One major issue lies in the deeply rooted corruption within various levels of law enforcement and government institutions. The cartel has been known to infiltrate these structures, bribing officials and fostering a culture of complicity. This infiltration hampers the government's ability to gather reliable intelligence and conduct successful operations against the CJNG, as key information often gets leaked or compromised. Additionally, the vast financial resources at the disposal of the cartel enable them to corrupt individuals in positions of power, creating a formidable barrier to law enforcement efforts. Moreover, the CJNG operates across multiple states and regions, making it a highly mobile and adaptable criminal organization. This geographical dispersion complicates law enforcement's task, as the cartel can easily exploit the lack of coordination among different police forces and government agencies. The cartel's sophisticated use of technology and extensive network allows them to stay one step ahead of authorities, making it challenging for the Mexican government to sustain effective counteractions. The combination of corruption, resource disparities, and the cartel's organizational agility creates a daunting challenge for the Mexican government in its ongoing struggle against the CJNG. In addition, the cartel uses intimidation with excessive threats, forcing law enforcement to comply. In this audio fragment, El Mencho orders local police to stand down, stating that he has 30 of them identified and that he will even their dogs.
Delta 1.
Hey, ¿quién habla?
Mira bien, hijo de tu puta madre. Soy Mencho.
¿Cómo?
Relaja tu puta gente a la... Soy Mencho. Relaja tus partidas, si no te voy a partir tu madre, tienes toda tu bola de perros. Te tengo identificado 30, güey. Hasta tus perros te voy a matar si no te relajas. ¿Cómo ves?
Ya está, señor, ahorita los bajo.
Oh, no cuelgues, hijo de la... Te
No.
tengo ubicados en Chacala.
No le estoy colgando, le estoy diciendo, ahorita los bajo.
Póngase bien las pilas. ¿Qué se le cuesta ser amigo, cabrón? Uno no se mete con ustedes para que se pasen.
No, señor, ahorita yo se las bajo.
The struggle against the CJNG remains an ongoing narrative, underscoring the persistent challenges faced by the Mexican government in maintaining power and stability. El Pirata de Culiacan and El Chanito de Culiacan's encounter with the CJNG serves as a message for anyone that crosses paths with the CJNG and El Mencho. Another influencer did something incredibly dense and came in the crosshairs of the CJNG. Click the recommended video right now to find out what he did, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Click the video right now.